What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have a top 16 match from the Legend of the Five Rings tournament held at Gen Con with single core set deck building rules. And in this match we have a Dragon versus Crane. We got Hatamoto James versus Devin running Crane Clan. The Dragon deck is splashing in Lion, and the Crane deck is splashing in Dragon, I believe. They're both going to start out with 11 Honor. And it looks like first player is the Dragon player, James, on the left.
I will buy a swordsman, and I will put one fade on. I'll pay 2 for my brush samurai. I will buy a second guardsman. I'll buy a courtier.
So they're going to play out their characters here, describing each one, which is very nice. I appreciate it, calling out the names. And thanks to these players for playing on camera. Much appreciated to all the players that played under camera that day. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. If you like the Legend of the Five Rings videos, hit the like button for sure. And feel free to leave comments below. Give me some constructive criticism. Let me know of anything I missed, any corrections to the game that you see, any mistakes the players made, that kind of thing, to help us all get better with this new LCG. Because not all of us are former Legend of the Five Rings players, and from the Legend of the Five Rings players that used to play the older card game, I hear it's quite a bit different. And it looks like they're 5-3 on the honor dials there for draw, so the Dragon player will draw 5 cards, and the Crane player there with the wooden Crane dial looks pretty cool. Will draw 3. But that also means he gains 2 honor from his opponent, since it's the difference between the honor dials.
You have 3 fade left over, correct? Yes. Draw phase action, I'll storehouse for a card. So on.
And it looks like they both pop those holdings, those neutral holdings, to draw cards.
Yep. Thank you. Cloud the mine. Okay. I will pass action.
And it looks like there's a tutor effect there to grab a Cloud the Mine, which is blank a character's text box attachment for 1 fade, I believe.
How many cards in your hand? I should have 7. 7, right? Or 8, because I drew. Yes. 8. I will declare a fire military.
Oh, that tutor effect was the Swordsmith. As an action, search the top 5 cards of your conflict deck for an attachment, reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle, which makes sense in the Dragon deck. They are focused on attachments. Seems to be their jam. And the Crane, from my understanding, are very good at political. And I'm not sure what else their strengths are. If you guys know what these 2 factions are good at, I just think it's Crane's political, Dragon is attachments. But if you know of anything else, feel free to leave it in the comments below to let us know. Let us noobs know. So it looks like a fire military conflict, attacking that 4 defense province there.
Pay 1. Okay. For Miyamoto's Fury to bow the guardsman.
So Miyamoto's Fury, a splash in Dragon card there to bow the guardsman, who can attack right now because there's no Imperial favor yet on either side of the board. So it doesn't affect them yet. And since he still has 3 unrevealed provinces, he can kneel the guardsman since its glory is only 1, which is less than 3. And I think that province is Fertile Fields. During a conflict this phase, draw a card. And does he have a character you can put into the challenge here? He does, which is a Lion card, Master of the Spear. Action: while this character is attacking, your opponent must choose a participating character he or she controls. Move that character.
I'll pass.
Home. Move that character home. So he throws on a katana, giving it, I believe, +2. And Let Go is played by his opponent there, the Dragon event, to remove that attachment right away. He's not playing any games. So it's still 2 military. I think to 0. I don't know who he's got in the challenge. I don't know if he declared any defenders there, but all of his characters seem to be in the front row, but I don't think all of them can even go into military. So it looks like he attached an attachment there. And I think it's the bow, reduce the cost of the next attachment you play on this character this phase by 1. And then he throws on a sword there, the weapon attachment from Dragon, Ancestral Daisho, which is an ancestral attachment. It will go back to hand if it gets discarded, or if the character leaves play.
I will pass. Lose 1 front of post. I will break the province.
So province is broken. Discards the card off of it.
Dishonor this character.
And of course he gets a dishonor based on it being a fire ring challenge. The attacking player chooses a character in play and honors or dishonors that character. And we saw the stronghold from Dragon was bowed there, which during a conflict, bow this stronghold. Choose a participating character with 1 or more attachments on it. Until the end of the conflict, that character gets +1 military, +1 political, or +2 and +2 instead if it had 2 or more attachments on it. So that's how he's able to jump up in strength there to get the difference to break that province.
Ancestral +5 during. Yeah, Earth.
So it looks like we have a void military coming back here on the attack against ancestral lands, which gets +5 strength during political, so that doesn't really matter right now.
I got your swordsman. Good. Coming in. Yeah. All right. You have action. I currently have 2 tier 0. 2 to 0. I will attach an ornate fan. The Brash Samurai will use his ability. Okay.
So it looks like the Samurai gets rid of the Dishonored.
Currently winning. Yeah, you're 1 of my 2.
So that brings the Brash Samurai back up to 2. While this character is your only participating character in a conflict, honor it. So he used that to get rid of the Dishonor. And more attachments flying out of hand here. This time a lion attachment, giving +1/+1.
No more fate. No more fate.
And all the fate of the
Bonsai twice.
all the fate of the dragon character spent, and we have Bonsai to give spend an honor, and he's given an extra 4 military. And then he plays the neutral event route, which during a conflict, choose an opponent's character with lower military skill than a participating Bushi character you control. Move the chosen character home.
Break, discard.
So he's able to break that province. Very quickly, character is going up and down in skill value here. I love it. Cards flying like crazy out of the hand.
Got your hand for? 5.
So 1 ring per side here. Back to the first player to initiate his second conflict if he chooses.
He sent him home with ground. Earth, political.
So political challenge, Earth is the ring.
Shameful to split. Alright. I'll defend with my semi-politician. Very good. You get first action.
And Shameful Display has an action during a conflict at this province. Choose 2 participating characters, honor one of those characters, dishonor the other. Which we see right there.
I will pass.
And remember, Earth is the attacking player draws a card from his or her conflict deck and discards 1 card at random from his opponent's hand as the attacker if he wins. Shameful Display, only 3 defense value there, so he only has to win the challenge by, or the conflict, sorry, by 3 to break it.
For shame.
And since the character is already dishonored, the for shame that was just played there, he'll either have to dishonor or bow it. Since he can't dishonor, it's already dishonored, he has to bow it.
I will pass. I'll pass.
So that is 1 on the defense. So he claims 2 rings, the Crane player does, on defense. And I'm not sure. Oh, actually, it's right there. The Seeker, I believe Seeker of Air is Devin's role there. And on the other side, we can't really see the role.
Any actions? Pass. I'll pass. I'll take one. So lose 2. Oh, so do you mind if I resolve Seeker? Go ahead. Alright. And I think that's it. That's that.
So Imperial favor here goes to the Crane player. And he's going to choose the political. So he's going to get +1 to his political conflicts going forward as long as he has the Imperial favor. It looks like we've lost a ring here. We have 4 rings out in play. So I think a ring was moved there after one of the conflicts. It didn't go in the right place. But we did see that honor was transferred there from the Dragon player to the Crane player, putting the Crane player at 14 honor, I believe, and 5 honor only on the Dragon side.
Weapon of air.
And yeah, it is air that's missing, which is the one that just did the honor. So it looks like they put it to the side by accident instead of the Crane player collecting it, but at least it doesn't have any fate on it. Only 1 ring wasn't claimed there, and it has the fate on it, as you can see.
And you gained 1 from revealing your triggers. Yep. I will pay 1 for my Whisper.
So we have a Whisper put in play here off of the province. First player is the Crane player this time. That Doji Whisper just doesn't really do anything other than has 0-3 on the skills and 1 glory. So great 1-cost character for political. And we have the clan champion of the Dragons is in play. Yeah, that looks like he's from a Mortal Kombat game or something. Or Shredder from the Ninja Turtles, I'm not sure. Togashi Yokuni. He's a 5/5, 5-cost, Ushi, Shugenja, and a champion. Sorry for butchering pronunciations here. It's normal on this channel. Please get used to it. And he's got 3 glory. His in action, choose a triggered ability printed on another character. This character gains that ability until the end of the phase, max 1 per round. That's pretty sick. But a 5/5, well-rounded character. Here we go to the dials. We got a 1 on the Dragon side, 3 on the Crane side. So 2 honor will switch hands there over to the Dragon player. So 1 province broken on both sides, and 1 revealed province that's still not broken on both sides. So a pretty even game here.
I'll pass action after that. I'll reduce the cost of the next thing I attach.
So he's knelt his attachment there to reduce the cost of the next attachment he plays. On the Dragon side there. And that Mystic there can you can sack the Mystic on the right side, the top character. Is the neutral character, the Mija Mystic, or Mia Mystic. During a conflict phase, you can sacrifice this character to choose an attachment and discard that attachment. Which is a great counter to the Dragon player here. But he just seems to have like 46 attachments at his disposal. So that Mystic might not be enough. But at least it's some attachment control here to handle the Dragon's tricks. And might help actually with that Stronghold, getting that extra bonus on a character with 2 attachments. If you can do that action first, before the Stronghold's triggered on the Dragon side, that could be a good benefit.
Let's go political water.
So a water political here, taking that fate.
Targeting.
And which province we got here?
Manicured Garden?
So Manicured Garden, that is during a conflict at this province, gain a fate.
Question is, do I want to defend?
his political looks like it's only using the Whisperer. So it should be a 4 skill with the Imperial Favor being counted in there. And it looks like he's going to defend. And I believe it's 4 on the defense, 4 on the offense. He's defending with that Master of the Spear there with the attachment on it. And then we have an attachment, the fan dropped in here on the Whisperer to give him 6 total on the attack. Now it looks like James here on the left puts his characters defending down by the province. But I think you're supposed to put the characters in the top row closer to your opponent's mat. And the other characters in the middle row there above the provinces, that should be your home row, where characters who are not in the conflict go. So it's a little confusing here who he's defending with, but I'm pretty sure it's the character with the attachments. That's in front of that token, the ring actually. And these guys are very good at saying out loud what they're doing and who's in the challenge or who's in the conflict and where things are going. I'm just having trouble keeping up because they're very good players here. They definitely know what they're doing.
Like the thing is, you have to like copy it. Then you have to do it at your next one.
Outwit to send her home.
So Outwit played, and Outwit here, that is during a conflict, choose an opponent's character with lower political skill than a participating courtier character you control will move the chosen character home. So basically negates that character from even being in the conflict.
Okay.
And it looks like an assassination was played on that character, the Whisperer, and the Whisperer is gone. Looks like no one was in the conflict, so the ring is unclaimed since it was 0-0.
Player a military fire.
And now we have a military fire.
So he said he was going to play a certain card.
Actually, sorry, for player, I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to put Tattooed Wanderer, which gives him cover. Yep. Your action. I'll pass.
I was playing in an event where they went.
So we just played that Tattooed Wanderer, the dragon conflict deck character there out of hand. You may play this character as an attachment with the text attached character gains covert, which is like stealth in Game of Thrones, which means you can choose a character without covert and just say it can't defend, which he just did to that mystic character across the board. So we got an air challenge, or an air conflict, sorry. The attacking player takes 1 honor from his opponent or gains 2 honor if he wins. And I'm not sure which province is under there. Damn glare. But I believe it's the one that was already revealed, so we should know what it is.
No defense, honestly. Pass action. Slash mono.
And he plays a lion attachment here, which attached character does not bow as a result of a conflict resolution during military conflicts, which is super powerful.
I will pass. Lose 1 front opposed.
So an honor lost there since he had no defenders,
Discard the card.
and he breaks the province,
I will gain 2 honor.
which was a shameless display, or shameful display, sorry. That's what the province was.
I'll pass. I will declare zero conflict.
And no conflicts. A pass from the Crane player. So he's passed, he's done both of his conflicts now. Over to the second player here, the Dragon player, to do their second conflict if he chooses.
Political Earth.
And James going for a political Earth. And a Manicured Garden on the other side. That seems to be a popular province. That's during a conflict at this province. Gain a fate.
You get first action. I'll use the Manicured Garden.
And he's going to gain that fate from the Manicured Garden.
I will pop into 2.
And we got a buff given the +2 from the Stronghold, since there's 2 attachments on that Master of the Spear.
Got a pass.
And And no actions from the defensive player here.
I will break the province.
Province is broken. So 3 provinces now broken, and he discards the card, face-up card on top of it.
And I will discard this
And he's going to discard. What's that there?
During the last action window.
Spies at Court, maybe? Was discarded from hand? Not sure. Or actually an outwit, I think it was. Yeah, it's an outwit he discarded there. That's pretty huge.
I will take the favor. I have 2 rings to your 0. I will put it on.
So Imperial Favor switches sides, and it's on political. Giving a +1 now to the Dragon player for the next round.
Bigger face. This guy's gone. This is back in my
And
hand.
Ancestral Attachment goes back to hand there. The rest go to the discard pile. And 1 fate taken off the clan champion there on the Dragon side, keeping him around. No characters on the side of the Crane player right now, leaving him pretty exposed. And all that's left to be targeted is a stronghold of the Crane player. Since 3 provinces are broken on the Crane side, the Dragon player is free to attack the stronghold.
And gain 7.
Yep.
I have 8 carrying over.
Yeah, you have a lot. I will spend 1 on the Doom Shugenja.
I'll spend 1 for a Separate Guardsman.
So we have a Guardsman in play, but remember he cannot attack. Well, there is the Imperial Favor on the opposite side of the board.
I will spend 2 on a Be a Mystic.
I'll spend 1 for another Guardsman.
And another Guardsman. So the Crane player just has to play defensive here. 3 Guardsmen. And they can't participate in political. And he gets his clan champion on the board,
And give her
which is Doji Hotaru. Zabushi and a champion. 3/6 on the skill, 5 costs. A reaction after you claim a ring during a political conflict in which this character is participating. You get to resolve that ring's effect basically twice. She has 3 glory. And he put 3 fate on her. So he's hoping this game goes long and he gets to keep her around and can turn this around. But right now the Dragon player seems to have this locked down. And the Dragon player has a, what's that, a Doomed Shugenja, which is limited. No more than 1 limited card can be played by each player each round. And you cannot place fate on this character when it's played from one of your provinces, because it's a 1-cost character with 3/3 on the skill, which is pretty huge. Great character to see on the turn when you're going for it here. Try to break the stronghold.
Okay. My first action.
Now the Crane player most likely is playing that province that buffs military conflicts, the entrenched position, which gives +5 strength during military conflicts, since the Crane faction seems to be pretty good at the Crane clan, sorry, seems to be pretty good at political. So he gets 2 negative attachments thrown on him. Or no, 1 negative attachment.
I too will pass. I will declare a
Which seems to be the Clouded Mind. So attachment was put on from the Crane player that basically makes his clan champion there immune to events. You can't do any events to that character, which is pretty huge. But then its text box was blanked using that Cloud the Mind that we saw the Dragon player tutor for earlier in the game. So she loses her cool ability there where she'll get to trigger a ring twice. But most likely she's going to be used on the defense this turn anyway.
political.
And I'm not sure if you can use that clan champion on the defense, but if you guys know, leave it in the comments below if you could trigger that clan champion to trigger a ring effect on the defense. So it is entrenched position, just as we thought, which is giving +5 to military conflicts, which is the weakness usually for the Crane clan, I would assume. So he needs, it is a political, so he just needs to win by 7.
You get first action.
First action, I'm going to pay 1 to put a Steward of Law in.
So Steward of Law goes into the on the defense,
Okay, 1, send you 1.
and he sends it home with the strength in numbers. with strength in numbers is action while you're the attacking player. Choose a defending character with glory X or lower. Move that character home. X is equal to the number of attacking characters. And since he was attacking with 2, James crushes it there and breaks the stronghold. Congrats to him. And he's going to move on to the top 8. And that was a crazy match. Those guys played crazy fast. That was only like 25 minutes there, and he broke 3 provinces and smashed the stronghold. Guys, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell to be notified when more of these videos come up. We got lots more coming from this tournament, so stay tuned. Hit the like button if you like these Legend of the Five Rings videos, and feel free to leave some constructive criticism down in the comments below. I appreciate the support, and don't forget to share these Legend of the Five Rings videos in your communities there to let people know where to find them. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys in the next video.